The year 2020 shall be remembered for the many changes that forced thinkers, planners, leaders and doers around the world who had to make their call. The COVID-19 pandemic created havoc on all forms of human institutions and establishments. And for Bhutan, the announcement for the closure of schools for most of 2020 meant no learning for the thousands of children in the country. But following the decision saw teachers forming a group called VTOB, or Teachers of Bhutan Volunteers, who initiated to provide continued education during the school closure.
Why is it important to write a book review? Why is it necessary to write a book review? What purpose does it serve? Think time. All right. Why do we write a book review? Knowing all these purposes of writing a book review, you must be excited to know how to write a book review.
The founder of the group gave up his regular teaching job earlier this year. He now heads VTOB Foundation in Thimphu. A small office with a group of young volunteers runs the foundation. Sonam Norbu calls it a community-based organization.
After the 113th National Day address at Punakha from His Majesty the King, VTOB immediately responded by bringing people on board with the support and with the consensus from Ministry of Education. We brought people from different stakeholders on board and started to discuss education through a platform called EduTalk, which was done online through Zoom meetings. And the main intention of EduTalk was to bring people together and let everyone know that education is a collective responsibility, and the way forward to bring or to improve education or to bring education reform or to do the education reform was collective responsibility. And the intention or the aim behind EduTalk was to co-create an education system which suits the national needs as well as the global capacity, so that Bhutan brings forward an education system which is future fitting as well as suitable for the present. So with that intention, VTOB was successful, and within a short span of time we were able to organize 17 online sessions, including more than 100 speakers from all across the nation and from different backgrounds. And that was a beautiful dream that we were living. And now after February 2021, as a teacher myself, it was very difficult and it was not very feasible to be a teacher as well as a social worker. So I took the biggest decision of my life by coming out and following my passion to continue VTOB as a social entity. So my intention was to set up VTOB as a non-profit organization, and I already had the passion, and I was always passionate of social work, and I was a social worker as well as a teacher. So all teachers are social workers by virtue or by nature, and myself is not an exclusion. So I always had the bent towards social working. So what I did was I took the biggest decision and came out, and I wanted to institute VTOB as a foundation. Good morning. Yesterday, I was meeting Chimiti Consulting, so it was quite a success. They are happy to help us with the training of 25 graduates for the behavioral insights training.
A day at VTOB Foundation starts with a morning meeting, like many modern offices around the world.
The accountancy training book, I think that book should come out by the end of this week. Whereas Sonam Jamagi then letter formation the legend be please continue with after school program.
The energetic staff needs all the inspiration from various sources. What they all need as they experience the world of work, and the foundation's aim to engage with society is to come out and speak confidently. They watch together popular public speaking shows.
School without school has been traumatic, it's been makeshift, it's been messy. Parents, teachers, and students have fumbled with tech, fumbled even more with expectations. But as both a parent and a teacher, I keep coming back to 4 big ideas. None of them are new, all of them are necessary. And in them, I'm hoping other parents, other teachers, and students
the much-needed cohesion among the office colleagues and synergy for both the mind and the body comes from the nourishment that keeps us alive. The foundation's office has an attached kitchen where the young people prepare lunch. Today, it is the 2 of the gentlemen's turn to manage the kitchen. However, the ladies too join them. Maybe they want to make something special for us who are filming them. They closed the kitchen door. The lunch is ready and laid out. Like we guessed, we are in for a surprise. There is vegetable sushi. Other special dishes were fried canned tuna, emodachi, and my team chipped in Indian-style chicken curry bought from a nearby takeaway restaurant. The addition of some spicy local pickles and refreshing buttermilk went so well with the steaming Bhutanese red rice that midday office lunch. Lunchtime, little rest, and all are back to what they do. And in the meantime, Sonam Norbu shares the big dream VTOB Foundation has.
I would like to say that this organization will sustain on the very basis of the foundation of the organization itself, volunteer strength. We strongly believe that Bhutanese are volunteers by nature. So I would say that the biggest strength that we will have is the volunteer strength. So mostly like VTOB will function on voluntary basis. And I could really well be confident with this because recently the organization announced 25 vacancies for volunteers, and we received an overwhelming 430 plus applicants who want to volunteer, which shows that people are ready to volunteer given the platform. So that is one. Other than that, now going forward, VTOB has 4 primary focus. The first focus is called the smart e-solutions. So we are saying smart e-solutions, and smart here is a double meaning word. One, it stands for the smartness, like in technology or anything. But the other smart is our His Majesty's vision of every Bhutanese being a smart Bhutanese citizen, whereby every Bhutanese is sincere, every Bhutanese is mindful, every Bhutanese is astute, every Bhutanese is resilient, and every Bhutanese is timeless. So based on that, we want to nurture smart nation builders and future nation like citizens, and e-solutions, we want to give solutions. So thereby what we are trying to achieve through this focus is we want to create an education system or to foster or support a system whereby children or learners will practice lifelong learning through technology, and whereby the organization will see how learners can leverage on technology to achieve quality education. So that's our first focus. Other than that, VTOB is trying to apply for research grants and do a lot of research. So we really want to focus on research, and more precisely we want to focus on education research. And in the long run, we want to achieve the dream of having independent education research by VTOB.
The young volunteers at the VTOB Foundation have their observations and wishes for the country and their young friends. For some, it is a self-discovery as they start their career in an office setup of some sort.
My main intention behind joining VTOB or getting to be part of VTOB is to make a difference. Although it is in just little ways, I want to make a difference in society because there is still a lot of things we can do in our education system. So basically, my intention is to add up and supplement and complement on the current existing system. I must say that there are a lot of more important and meaningful activities that a person can get engaged to. And currently, we are focusing on one particular project, which will work on controlling our youth from getting into digital addiction. It is called as stem cell. It has been introduced in Bhutan before, but we are going to focus more and to create more innovative ideas, and we work towards our HM's vision of making stem cell a daily language.
I wish to fulfill the aspirations of His Majesty the King and to serve the society. I also want to improve my skills and have joined VTOB as a volunteer. I work for the foundation as and when I get time.
A best solution is reading and exploring of more books, and if they use the digital platform, they could use in a proper way, like they can explore how to go about with the stem cells, how to go about with the world's famous people success, so they can refer their success stories, and that's
I feel that this is the more common issue with our youths in native side of digitals, and I hope that our VTOB Foundation can make these changes where our youths can engage into the right direction in digital.
Being a part of VTOB has given me various opportunities to enhance my own skills and develop new ones. And managing my time between the volunteer work and my studies gets tough at times, but I manage to do it during my leisure times and during the weekends.
2020 has been a difficult year for every one of us. Every one of us know that the COVID-19 pandemic has affected a lot of us, and more precisely, it has affected largely on the education system. But I believe that the learning is not only in school. 2020 has shown us that from home also students can learn. So I believe that the parents should be educated on how to bring about a change in the education system.
VTOB is like a wake-up call for me, and also got a chance to express myself, since I lack the communication skills, and after joining this in just 2 weeks, I think I have seen a change in me. Young people need to change their mindset. I think everyone is complaining like there is a problem, and no one is like trying to solve that. And I think if they see the problem in like the education system or like our society, I feel that they should come forward, think of solution, and work for it.
The foundation not only wants to engage in the field of education and learning, but a host of other programs in the country. There's a feeling that there is a disconnection among institutions, agencies, organizations, and mostly the service providers in the country. VTOB wants to address the missing link through creative solutions.
We will be having 25 graduates for now. We will train them as behavior insight experts, and then we will through this group, we will try to educate the public on any policy, any plans or any agency, any education that the public needs to have. So that is one thing. And the last one is VTOB believes that whatever technology comes in place, whatever time it is, reading cannot be replaced. So one of the biggest focus area of VTOB is reading. So through these programs, we will be applying a lot of projects, and we will be trying to collaborate. We believe in partnership. So through these partnerships and through these project collaborations, VTOB should sustain. And we believe that since our programs are very much inclusive, very much important, and also necessary for the time, I think we are very confident that we will go forward.
Presently, VTOB also has an evening program for school children. It is called After School Lifelong Learning.
I would also say that parents are very well accepting like VTOB as entity which is trying to give more to their children. And the most cutest, I would say that the cutest thing from support is from the children. I would really like to compliment or really like to support this statement by giving an experience of how little children responded to the activities organized by VTOB during the lockdown. We organized a lot of educational engagements during the lockdown, and to our surprise, we received 400 to 500 participants, children alone, for each program. And to be honest, we actually didn't expect so much. We expected the maximum of 50 students participating, but we usually had 300 to 500 children participating. So I think VTOB is a fresh breath of educational organization in the society, and I feel from all walks of life, I think VTOB is accepted.
We have homework guidance study, so let me see. The number say exam generally, what we do is we focus on exam. But for now, we don't want to try this one.
This is a story of a teacher who dared to dream and do things differently. The founder starts a foundation to build a well-read Bhutan and knowledge-based society, among others.